All
All
right.
right.
There
Hey,
we go.
look. Hey, let me just say this. Welcome everybody to.
Okay, there we
Let me
go.
say this. Welcome everybody to Tough Talk Live. We're running a little late today because we had some uh, bad weather here, kind of messed us up, but we made it anyway. So again, welcome to Tough Talk Live. We got a great guest today. But before we get started, I want to say hello to my main man, my producer, my sidekick, John Champ. Champ's in the
Hey.
house. How are you, brother?
All right, brother.
John
It's great
Champ.
to see you guys. The man,
Yeah,
Ronnie. All right.
yeah. And before I get to my special guest, I got a sponsor. I got to acknowledge them first, and then I'll bring
Please.
my special guest in. So let me holler at my sponsor here. I want you guys to know about my sponsor. It's very important that everybody's aware of my sponsor. Ronnie, you may already know about Happy Coffee,
Yeah,
but if
they
not,
don't.
I'm getting ready to introduce you to Happy Coffee. Do you ever find yourself saying, "I need more energy. I need to be more focused," or "I just want to be happy"? If
You.
that's the case, I got something just for you. It's called Happy Coffee. Oh yes, Happy Coffee will help you increase your energy, increase your ability to focus, but most importantly, it will help make you feel happy. Happy Coffee uses natural ingredients along with nootropics that will help enhance your mood, it will help enhance your memory, and it will help make you feel happy. Happy Coffee. Make sure you speak with your healthcare provider before you try Happy Coffee or any supplement. But Happy Coffee is the new kid on the block. Oh, yeah, it will energize your day and help you focus and be more productive. It's a brand new year. Try Happy Coffee because you deserve to be happy. Oh, yeah, Happy
I love
Coffee. Now, have you tried Happy Coffee, Ronnie?
You know what? I have not, but I am going to. That's the first thing on my list, brother.
All right. Okay. So you see on my screen there, Happy
Hold
Coffee.
up. Did
Uh,
y'all, are y'all, did
L-
I lose y'all? Oh, there y'all. Okay, I'm sorry.
no, no,
My
no. We're
bad.
still here. Happy
I have
Coffee.
not tried Happy Coffee,
But
but I
I want
will.
you to try it. I really do. I think you enjoy it. But again, speak with your healthcare provider. You and everyone else, speak with your healthcare provider before you try Happy Coffee or any supplement. That's a
Yes,
fact. Okay.
understood.
Now, Ronnie,
Let
before
me
you get
ask you this:
started,
is it caffeinated or decaffeinated?
it's both. They have both. They have decaf and
Oh,
caffeinated. They
okay,
have
okay.
tea. They have tea. They have other supplements. So check it out. Check out the website, elevacity.com/Mr. Tuff. And it'll have the whole list of different products available. All right. Happy Coffee.
All over it.
Now, Ronnie, before I bring
Yes,
you in, I
sir.
want to play a clip. I want to play a clip, and then
Okay,
I'll bring you all the way in. I'll fully introduce you. Okay.
okay. All right.
Oh, yeah. Look at that boy go.
We slowed it down for you, Ronnie, so the honeys could get a good look. You know what I'm saying? Look at it. Yeah. So the honeys can get a good view. Ladies and gentlemen, he's a comedian. He's an actor. You just saw him in one of the funniest movies. Well, not just funny, but a great movie. This Christmas, it's on every year. You see it every year. One of the funniest guys in the
Yeah.
business and a very close friend of mine. Put your hands together. Show your love for
Yeah.
Mr. Ronnie Warner. Ronnie, welcome to Tough Talk Live, man.
Thank you, brother. It's a beautiful thing, brother.
It is a beautiful thing. So let me ask you: when you see that clip there, what runs through your mind when you see that clip right there, man? You know.
I honestly, it was funny because I played a relatively small role, but it was meaningful, but it was a relatively small role And this was a moment where we were all together, just coming together as members of the cast, whatever, and having a good time, doing a little, dance situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we got a lot of cats that's real dancers and whatnot on there. You know what I mean? Like they doing their thing and everybody, and some funny folk, whatever. And I said, man, I gotta do something. I gotta do something a little like I gotta go in on this one. Like I said, I can't just go down there and try to be cool or do stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
Dance with the shoulders up, trying to do. I said, man, I got to go on and go all in. And my uncle, who live in Hillsboro, Uncle Joel, you met him.
When you say Hillsboro, North Carolina.
Yeah, North Carolina.
You live in California. You're in Los Angeles, but you're talking about your relatives.
Yeah. And there's a Hillsboro County or something out here. You're right. So Hillsboro, North Carolina, where I'm from, and he used to do this little dance, man, make me laugh. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because he was, he was on the medicine back in the day. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
He's straight now. He's doing real good for years, man. So God is good. But he's doing this dance to be funny. You know what I'm saying? And I just said, man, I gotta do a little ode to Uncle Joe on this one, get it in. So yeah, but that's that's about it. It wasn't nothing like super over the top, like momentous, but it was just like it turned out to be pretty funny.
So that dance, that Soul Train dance, was after all the filming was done and you guys were celebrating. Yeah. Is that what that was? Yeah. What was it like? Yeah, what was it like working with that cast, man? Because you had a collection of some big stars. I mean, what was it like working with them, man?
It was with two things. So I don't know how tall you are, John. You might be a really tall dude. But
no, you need my glasses then. If the John.
Okay. You got a tall presence, man. So just take it for a compliment.
I'm sitting on the pillow right now.
He needs to be 5 inches taller to be considered a midget. So no, go ahead.
Sorry about that, but I know you vertically challenged in that. But
man, I can't even tower over Terry Tuff.
That will never happen. No,
we average size cats. You know what I mean? 5'9", 5'10", somewhere. That's just average size. And if you go in the Hollywood world, that's about the same thing. Matter of fact, I think sometimes people may even be a little on the shorter side. I don't know.
Absolutely.
But it just so happens the main cast I'm in the scenes with is all like 6'3" and 6'4". so I look like, okay, what that dude really about to do out here?
Yeah.
He better have a gun.
Yeah.
but it was amazing,
you know what?
man. Like I say, Makai and Idris and Delroy, Loretta Devine. I mean, like all these. Oh my God, Regina. I mean, like it was this. It was some of the best, man. And so for me, it was just an honor to be there. But at the same time, you are working. You know what I'm saying? So you kind of are in that mode. But it was a super honor, and a lot of these people I met for the first time, and I couldn't believe the how beautiful people were. I mean, I'm talking about just physically. I'm talking about like just as human beings, man. It was amazing set.
Awesome. We're talking to comedian actor Ronnie Warner. So, have you maintained relationships with everybody, the cast on the film, or
some people?
What's that?
Some people, like me and Makai, were business partners and really good friends. So, we already were,
So, see, you on first names, Makai, but Makai who? I mean, a lot of people are
saying Makai Pfeiffer. Yeah, Makai Pfeiffer. Yes.
Because you guys did another film together, right? You guys did another film together.
We did. We did actually. We did 1, 2, 3. I think we did 3 films.
Awesome.
3 or 4 films together. Yeah. Our first one we did was called Puff Puff Pass. And we produced it together. I wrote it, he directed it, and then we both were in it. So and that's how we ended up doing this Christmas, because Will Packer came on to produce, because we did it through Sony Screen Gems, Puff Puff Pass. Will Packer was brought on by Sony to help produce. It was our first time producing, and Will had already done a couple movies with them. So they brought, and then he a brother, so I'm sure they had something to do with it too. So brought him on to do Pass with us, and we created just we vibe, man. We was cool, and so we all end up sort of doing this Christmas together.
Right.
So that's how that kind of came about.
Awesome. Awesome. Let's
Yeah.
let's talk about our history, Ronnie. You and I
Yeah,
have known
yeah,
each
that's
other.
what I'm here for.
What
I
what
love it.
I
I
mean,
love
we've
it.
known each other what, 30 years
At
at
least, yeah,
at least, man.
1990.
Yeah,
1990. So it's
absolutely. And
what's that? 31
yeah,
years?
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And so, I mean, I give you credit for allowing me to cut my chops and learn and really learn the craft of stand-up comedy. Ronnie Warner used to own a comedy club in Durham, North Carolina, and one of the nicest clubs in the area. And I became a headliner, a main comedian at that club,
Oh yeah.
and I was there every week, sometimes 2 or 3 times a week, writing new bits. And I would say, Ronnie, I got a new bit. Can I try it out? And Ronnie's like, all right, I'll have to cancel somebody tough.
I would too. No,
Yeah, you
champ,
did.
for real.
Yeah,
I would.
yeah, yeah. He would cancel somebody and let me work, and
Yeah.
it helped me so much in my career, man, because I learned how to control the stage. I learned about stage presence. I learned about how to find my audience, and those were some of the best. Those were the formative years of my comedy career. And so,
Right.
I love you forever for that, man.
And vice versa, brother, because as much as maybe I was doing for you, you were doing for me. So it was definitely some quid pro quo, brother. You know what I mean? That's real talk. So yeah, man.
Absolutely, man. And some of the things, and a lot of people don't know, but we raised another comedian there
Yeah,
who was a superstar now, who was making
that's right.
Dr. Ken,
Dr. Ken.
uh, yeah,
Yeah.
who was
Yeah.
a student. Was he at Duke University
He was
or
at UNC Medical School at the time.
UNC Medical School?
Yep.
He
Sure
used to
was.
come to the comedy club and just sit in the audience and watch us work. He had
Yeah.
never been on stage. He just knew he liked comedy,
Man,
and we educated him on how to do stand up.
Absolutely.
And now he's he's a superstar.
Now he
Oh,
he's doing it big, homie.
Yeah,
And
he really is.
And he didn't stop practicing being a doctor till after he had done those. He was still practicing when he did the movie that set him off.
The one where
with
he
Mike
came out of the
Tyson in it.
trunk. Oh yeah, when they
The
were in Vegas.
joint.
Yeah.
The Hangover. Yeah, he was
Hangover.
still practicing medicine at that time.
Was he
So
really?
he was one of them brothers. He said, "I ain't quitting my day job till I'm sure
Yeah.
this ain't gonna work."
Yeah.
love
Yeah.
it. Love
Yeah,
it.
hell of a day job.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because he was paid in full before he even went on stage. I mean, he was doing very well financially before he went on stage, and so
Absolutely.
a lot of history there. One of the things that got my career really started was you did a show there. Let me see, what year was it? Maybe it was before Def Jam. It was before I did Def Jam. 91.
October 19th or 20th, 91.
You know the show I'm talking about?
Oh, come on now.
Yeah, it was. So Ronnie
Yes,
produced the show. Martin Lawrence was the headliner.
Yep.
I was the feature act, and
That's
Dr.
right.
Ken was the host. He hosted
Was
the
the host.
show.
That's right.
And we did it outside in a tent. We did, man.
Yeah.
And about 1,000 people showed up.
Yep.
I mean, it was incredible.
It was incredible, man.
It was one of the best shows I ever had. Yeah.
This is
Say what?
Durham.
In
Yeah,
Durham,
this is
in Durham.
Yeah, this was in the Bull City.
Love
Bull
it.
City, baby.
And
Look,
it was
NCC right here.
yeah,
Y'all see that?
absolutely. Yeah, it's one of the best shows I ever had. It's how I found my manager, Michael Hubbard.
That's right.
Because Michael Hubbard, for everybody that doesn't know, Michael Hubbard is Martin Lawrence's road manager, but he became my personal manager. He became when I signed with APA. He was responsible for me becoming a regular at the Comedy Store. Him and Bill Branca got me showcase. Yeah, Bill Branca got me showcases at the Comedy Store, the legendary Comedy Store.
Yeah.
Mitzi Shore came by to watch me work. God rest
Yep.
her soul.
Mm.
Mitzi said, "Yeah, he's funny." She was very quirky, a very quirky lady. Yeah, he's very funny, but bring him back tomorrow night and see if he can do a clean set. Because,
Yeah, you black guys like the curse.
Yeah. Just sweet. You know, he's very funny. I can tell he's got very. I love his presence on stage. The way, but bring him back to tomorrow and see if he can make me laugh clean. And so,
There you go.
so they brought me back. I came back the next night.
No way, man.
Say that again.
You were never a heavy cursor, no way. Like, I mean, like, you know, it was more for, you know, it was just,
yeah. Because my thing was always to make people think. You know, my comedy. I always wanted, you know, I felt obligated when I was on stage, not only to make you laugh, but to make you think when you were riding home. You was like, that brother was funny. Well, he was right about what he said.
Right about, that's right. That's
you know,
right.
and
That's
so
right.
anytime I was writing comedy, I always figured out, okay, you know, my humor is based on reality, you know, because I've always thought that great comedy is exaggerated truth. That's been my philosophy, man.
Yeah, you're right.
And so,
You're right.
yeah, I mean, you know, if it wasn't for that show, Ronnie, that we did in the Bull City that night, I don't think I'd ever. Yeah, I don't think I'd ever done Def Jam. I don't think I've ever done BET. I would have never signed a development deal to do my own TV show. None of that would have never happened if it wouldn't have been for that night. And
well, can you send me my check?
You haven't got it yet? Yeah. You know, that's why I think that they need to just redo the postal system, the whole postal service.
That's what it was.
Yeah, because you know damn well it shouldn't take 31 years for you to get a check. You know what I'm saying?
It's Donald Trump's fault. That's whose fault it is.
That's exactly
the post office up. Yeah, you did. Lay that down.
Yo, man, love you, Tuff, man. I swear to God, bro. Like seriously, because all that stuff when we met was my beginning too. Yeah. So when like I was some dude, there was some seasoned cat out there and said, "Hey, come on over here, let me." No, man, we was doing this together. Matter of fact, you really had more history in the business than I did at that time. Because how long had you been doing? When did you first start doing comedy? What year?
I did my first show in September of 1987.
Okay. So that's what I'm saying. I really didn't. I really just had gotten in the game because I started out waiting tables at the club. Yeah,
I know, and then ended up owning the club. I mean, that's Black history right there. I mean, that's seriously, that's Black history.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
You waiting the club.
You know who put me on?
Who?
Harriet Tubman.
Is that right?
Yep. Harriet Tubman. Look at John like, hold up, man. He going to look up when was Harriet Tubman alive.
I'm like, he sounds very serious.
Harriet Tubman, hold up, man. I know Harriet Tubman wasn't alive in no damn 1989.
My first thought was, damn, that Underground Railroad was a son of a bitch.
Yeah. Champ went straight to Google, man.
You better not bomb if Harriet Tubman is running the damn mic. Oh, shit.
You got that right.
It's going down.
We need Harriet. Hey, we need Harriet right now because there's some brothers and sisters that need to be led to freedom right now. There's some brothers and sisters who need to be freed right now. Like Jason Whitlock. Jason Whitlock need to be freed. Somebody need to lead him to freedom. I'm telling you, Charles Barkley, somebody needs to lead Charles to freedom. And if Shaq is not careful, they're going to capture him too.
Yeah, but he on the edge, son. He on the edge.
Kenny is...
Walker, he completely, he done left the map.
Herschel is telling on everybody. You know, there's that one brother.
Herschel.
Ronnie and John and Terry, they outside. They talking about leaving. I told him you better. You better stay here. Yeah, you better stay here. Master been good to us.
Hey,
hey, and have you seen Herschel's son?
Oh, yes. Oh
my!
Yeah, oh my God, homie!
Not only is he
I did see him, man.
Yeah, he is a clone of Herschel in certain ways. Herschel is a far right crazy idiot, But Herschel's son is also on fire.
Oh no, he's on. No man,
yeah, no,
he's
he's
on
on fire.
fire like Richard
Yeah.
Pryor running
Yeah.
down the
But I'm just saying,
And that's a beautiful thing. And that's a
yeah,
beautiful thing.
it really is. He is so much on fire. Magic Johnson son say, damn, he on fire. But
You get that down, son. You messing up the community.
but yeah, but Ronnie, that is Black history though. The way, I mean, you went from a waiter to a manager to the owner of the club. I mean, where does that happen, man? That's history right there, man.
Yeah, man.
And so,
and let me tell you something was crazy about that. And I just gotta keep it 100, man, because this is the obstacles that we face. You know what I'm saying? So just to give you just a little bit that led up to that, when I first started, I'm in school. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like 23, 24 at the time, and I seen an ad in the paper. They was hiring cocktail waitresses, bar backs, and food runners.
Pardon me.
Bless you, brother. Bless you.
Hey, champ, man, have you had? I thought you got your vaccine.
Hey, I got the shot.
Damn.
Hey, man, everything over this virtual thing, can you? I mean,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna have to put my mask on. Y'all scared?
Mess around, catch the virtual virus.
Y'all scared?
So anyway,
you have to run some Symantec on here.
Hey, Ronnie.
Turn your McAfee on.
Hey, Ronnie. Black folk don't care, man. He just sneezed, blew stuff all out. We doing the show. He just blew it all out. I'm like, damn, man. Couldn't you turn your camera off or something? Step to the side.
Oh man. Look, take the computer into the toilet and just be on the toilet.
That's a different virus. Wait a second.
Go, Ronnie. Go ahead, finish your story. Because Champion threw us all off.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
No, it's all good. So I saw this. Like I said, this ad. They was hiring cocktail waitresses, bar backs, and food runners at a comedy club. So I'm going, a comedy club in Durham. Because come on, man, Durham ain't no comedy clubs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I got to. Because I wanted to be in that thing, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to be a part of it. So I go down there and I interview with the manager or whatever. And I guess he felt like I was a safe Negro, you know what I mean? So he said, because he asked me, what I wanted to apply for, obviously the bar back and the food run, because there's hiring cocktail waitresses. They went no dudes, you know what I mean? So
right.
I said, well, man, I just want to be wherever I get to be up in the club the most, because that's why I'm here. Yeah. And he said, you know what, I'm hired as a waiter. So it became I was the only male waiter in a bunch of cocktail waitresses, right?
Oh yeah.
So that's how that's going for a minute.
All right.
Now, because I'm enthusiastic, because I'm not. This ain't just no job to me. This is like an opening to my life. You know what I'm saying?
The opportunity.
So I'm in there, yeah, man. I'm in there like trying to learn stuff, whatever it takes, you know what I'm saying? Like just to learn and be there. And so obviously, waiting tables a high turnover rate. So people are quitting and, this, that, and the third, but I'm still there. So I'm trying to like learn stuff. So now all of a sudden he had this one girl, he probably liked her or something, he gonna try to make her a little head waiter. Right. So he over there trying to show her stuff, but I'm standing there looking and learning, you know what I'm saying? And I, asking the questions, you know what I'm saying? So finally, at some point, he ends up with some partners open up a restaurant. So he's leaving the club. Now this girl done quit and all that. I'm the only one still there from the beginning, right? So he was going to open up this new restaurant, right? So I went to the people and I say, man, Mike's leaving. Can I get down? You know what I mean? Can I become the guy? Now, mind you, let me go back. At the beginning, this was a Charlie Goodnight's Comedy Zone.
I remember.
It was a combination of Charlie Goodnight's and Comedy Zone at the beginning. So anyway, what happened is business was doing okay, I guess, but they got to the point where they said, okay, instead of having a 3-comic format, they're gonna have a 2-comic format and have the manager go up on stage and just introduce. And so when I saw that happen, I said, man, if because all I want to do was like get on stage and be a part of the thing, right?
And you were.
And so then what happened is I hollered at the people about trying to take my man. You know, he left. Can I holler? Can I get the job? They said, hey, man. I said, oh, okay. So they hired this white cat from NC State. He graduated. He was his daddy was a friend of my man Tommy.
Tommy Williams, Charlie
yeah.
Goodnight.
Yeah, exactly. So he came in. Dude, I had to train him. So I had to work every shift to train him to do the manager job, right?
Yeah.
That's how real this is. So I'm saying that's cool. So one night, or we having the show is a Saturday, and they NC State had their homecoming, right? He showed up at work drunk. I mean, when I say drunk, I ain't talking about regular drunk. I'm talking about drunk.
You're talking, and you know who you're talking about? His name was Paul.
Was it?
Paul, little skinny guy. He used to be the manager of Charlie Goodnight in Raleigh, and they sent him to Durham because he did the same things in Raleigh. So yeah, his name was Paul.
Paul's a friend of mine on Facebook, as a matter of fact.
Is he? Really?
I remember Paul.
Really?
Yeah.
Must have been. I just couldn't remember his name.
Yep.
He come to the thing drunk. He done forgot his shoes. He got a suit on and flip flop. Toe up. Now I had gotten my boy that was my roommate to be the doorman. I got him a job as a doorman, and so so he had a little suit on. So I told him I took my man back to the back, get out of here, laid him down across the desk, getting him some water and coffee, whatever. And I told my man, I said, look, Ron, my boy's name Ron, I said, look, Ron, you gonna act as the manager because you got the little outfit on. So and I told the rest of this wait staff, if any problems, send them to Ron. I said, then Ron, you come get me, and I'll tell you what to do. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we did to get through the night. I ain't tell on him or nothing, but somehow they must have found out because he got fired.
Yeah.
So, and I didn't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't that type of cat. You know what I mean?
Yep. Right.
So after that, I went back to the people. Hey man, think I can get down?
Yeah.
Like, well, we just don't think.
This is the third time.
I had to train him, homie.
Yeah, this is the third time. How many times I got to come back?
So, then, this is where all us come into play. Finally he quit, and then they gave me the little job, but then it wasn't called manager; it was called supervisor, and you make it $6.50 an hour, right? So, but that's when all that Charlie Goodnight and stuff went away, and that new folk came in, the Germans came in, and that's when I got the opportunity to take over the club and book, do all the, and do everything. That's when I got the chance to become, I guess you could call it an owner, because I had, I had a contract.
Absolutely, that was, and that was such a benefit to me because it allowed me. Because I'll tell you what happened. I was, I used to work at Charlie Goodnight's in Raleigh, and for a lot of people who don't know about Charlie Goodnight's, at that time, Charlie Goodnight's was a legendary club.
That's an A room, bro. Up there with the comedy show and all that.
Absolutely. You could watch Johnny Carson or David Letterman, and you would see comedians on the show, and they say, well, Johnny would say, well, where are you at next? He said, well, I'm at Charlie Goodnight's in Raleigh, North Carolina. That's how big that club was.
It was a big club, man.
And so I had built a relationship with the owner of the club, Tommy Williams, until he banned me from the room. Well, what happened was
there's something else we got in common because he kicked me out too.
What happened was he booked me to do a college gig, right?
Oh, okay.
He didn't tell me that was a Christian school. I had no idea it was a Christian school.
Oh Lord,
and I don't change my show for anybody. I do my show,
of course.
At that time, and I ripped that thing up, and the people were just loving it.
But the administration,
that's exactly right. So the next day I went to the club to pick up my money, and Tommy was like, I'm not gonna pay you. I'm saying, what do you mean you're not gonna pay me? I said, here's how this is gonna work out, Tommy. I'm gonna tell you how this is gonna work out. I said, now either you pay me or Charlie Goodnight's gonna turn into Charlie Ashes. That's seriously. I said, because I got kids. I did my show. I did, what you asked me to do. I performed to my level, and I want my money. And he said, I tell you what, And it felt like he was going to say the N word, and then but he didn't. It felt like that was close to his lips because he kept doing his finger like this. He said, "I tell you what, here's your money. Don't ever come back on my property again." I say, "Hey, man, like you act like I've never heard that before."
Right.
Like the first girl I dated.
Really felt like he was the king of like
comedy. And he was. He ran everything, man. And because that was a powerful comedy. Powerful comedy club. So I said, I said, not a big deal. I said, I'm funny. I'll find somewhere to work. And what happened was then the club in Durham you were running starting to kick. I was like, hey, I'm gonna take my talents like LeBron and go
He did a press conference. I'm standing over there behind him.
Yeah.
I'm taking my talents.
Yep, I'm gonna take my talents and go to the Bull City, and
I'll be using the Durham Freeway, Highway 147.
That's exactly right. Take me about 10 minutes, and from that point on, and I tell you a story, and I'll let. This is how I got started in stand-up comedy. I did my very first show at Charlie Goodnight's in 1987. Oh, okay. I used to drive a van for the Hilton in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Like to guest up the airport, stuff like that.
Yeah. My route was I'd run to the airport and pick up people at the airport. Well, it just so happened that the comedians, the headliners, stayed at the Hilton at that time.
Oh.
So I would pick up the other guests and the comedians and bring them back to the Hilton. Yeah. I picked up Willie Tyler and Lester. Remember Willie Tyler and Lester? Yeah. The brother that used to have the dog.
Yeah, of course. That dude that was kind of a pioneer, man. Like that's a big cat, man.
Yeah, but Willie was, I got to know Willie good, man. He would call you, man, and let the dog talk, and I would be like, Willie.
This is a little strange.
you need that. The dog ain't real. Hey, Tuff. You want to hear? Here's what Lester got to say. I was like, Willie,
come on, man. Come on, bro.
I want to talk to you, man. I don't want to talk to no piece of wood, brother. You need your therapy. But anyway, that was before I knew the brother. So we were riding from the airport, and it's about a 15-minute drive from the airport to the Hilton. And I had him dying all the way. I mean, I just had him rolling.
So you were just like talking to him or whatever?
Yeah, I'm running bits because I was telling him, I had been trying to get into Charlie Goodnights for 6 or 7 months. And I used to call Tom Williams at the club and say, hey, Tom, my name's Terry Tuff. I'm a very funny. He would say, oh, yeah, really, click. That's a really funny, click. He would just hang the phone up on him. Seriously. That's how arrogant he was, man.
Yeah,
and so,
he's very arrogant.
So I'm bringing Willie to the hotel. I had him laughing all the way. I mean, Willie drank too, so maybe the alcohol had something to do with it as well. I don't know.
Just maybe.
Yeah. So, but when we get to the hotel, he says, you know what? I want you to do a guest spot on my show this weekend at Charlie Goodnights. And I'm like, yeah, right, whatever. I'm like, but I didn't believe that. I'm like, yeah, whatever, Willie. You and Lester get the hell out of my van. That's what I was thinking. I didn't say that, but I was like,
Right.
So,
right.
Yeah. So on Friday, on the Friday afternoon, that was a Thursday. Friday afternoon, I got a call because Willie took my number, and I got a call from Tommy Williams, and he said, "I don't know what you said to Willie. I don't know, and I really don't care. But he wants you to do 5 minutes. You do 5 minutes. If you do 6, you'll never work here again." That's exactly what he told me. Yeah, and he said you can do 5. If you do 6, you'll never work here again. And I did 5 minutes and got a standing ovation at Charlie Goodnights. My very first time on stage. And it was the worst thing ever.
You had written bits?
Oh, yeah. I had been writing. I've been doing little side shows everywhere I could do a show. But I was trying to get into a legitimate comedy club.
Right, of course.
I was tired of doing shows at, at gas stations and different places. I do show at anywhere, 7-Eleven, any. Yeah.
Oh, we got the gas station.
And yeah, I mean, I make people laugh anywhere I had an opportunity.
No, I understand. No doubt.
So I was trying to get into a legitimate comedy club. So I was ready. I had about 10 minutes of funny stuff. That's it. Okay. I had about 10 minutes, and I used 5 of them that night, man. Wow. And it was the worst thing that ever happened to me. because I got to stand. I thought that Hollywood was going to be right outside the door waiting on me, man.
Come on in, Terry. Come on in.
Yeah, yeah. It took years. It took years for me to get to Hollywood, but that's how I got. That's how I got started in comedy, man. That was my first time on the stage, man.
Wow, that's
amazing
crazy.
story, man. Now, enough about me, but Ronnie,
Yeah.
what people don't know is not only are you a great actor, a very good actor, you're one of the funniest comedians in the business. Ronnie, now this you are so versatile, man. You went from a waiter to a manager to an owner, and then to a headlining comedian across the country. One of the funniest.
Thank you.
How do you do that, man? How do you make that transition like that?
Honestly, it's no different than you, and I mean our story is a little different, but I'm saying it's the desire. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So me waiting tables and coming to man, all that was trying to get on stage. You know what I'm saying? Like, because as you know, there was no comedy in the area like that.
Yeah.
And when the only club around that you know of is a room, you ain't just getting in there. I mean, like it's and I didn't even know about Charlie Goodnight anyway.
Yeah.
I'm just a dude in North Carolina Central trying to figure it out. You know what I mean? But I knew from a young age I wanted to, because that was my thing, man, being funny. You know what I mean? Like class clown type stuff or whatever. So the journey to the stage was just, the manager, blah, 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 whatever. But that's what it was always about, man. You know what I mean? It was always about, getting on that stage, man. And the thing is, for me, thank God I was because I'm telling you, the manager first. Because if I had been the dude that had to start off at the open mics, it wouldn't have happened, bro. Because it's too hard. So I got a chance to just go on stage, and I had no pressure. So I just go on stage and just introduce people. And then here's the funny thing. So the first time I was gonna tell the joke, I said, man, I'm gonna tell a joke tonight. I done prepared. I'm gonna tell a joke tonight, right? Because all I did was do just, hey, welcome to the club, blah blah blah. So I'm gonna tell a joke, but it was a street joke. It was a joke, from the street. And it's one of them 3-part jokes, where you go, the so and so did this, the so and so did this, and then the big punchline. Is that? So I'm on stage. I'm going, and so I get to the punchline, and so such and such did this, and then the such and such did that, and I don't forgot it. It's somebody in the audience minute joke.
Yeah. Hey, that's messed up. hey, real quick, let me say hello to my man Ice Wallow in London. He's joining the show tonight. Ice, what's up, brother? Man, thanks for joining us, man. We appreciate it, man. Say hello to my man Ronnie Warner.
Ice, baby.
Yeah, Ice, and my producer John Chan. We appreciate you joining in. Tell all your people in London to join in. We do it every Thursday at 6 p.m. Next week we got comedian Chocolate. She actually goes by Chanita Morris now. Yeah. But back in the day, she was Chocolate. That was her stage name, and so she'll be on the show next week. Looking forward to that. I mean, this is what Tough Talk is about, Ronnie. It's all about comedy. Once a week we bring in the comedian just to do what we're doing right now. There's no script.
Okay.
We just chop it up, man. And we got about since we started late tonight, we're going to run about 10 minutes past 7 tonight. We normally run from 6 to 7, but we had some weather related issues getting started, so we'll do an extra 10 minutes tonight. So no need, unless you got something to do, Ronnie. Unless you got you got.
I'm here, man.
Here, I know you got a relationship with Dr. Dre as well. Have you hollered at him since he had his stroke? Do you know how he's doing? How is that going?
Well, I don't have a direct relationship with myself personally.
Well, did you work with? Didn't you do some work with Dre at some point? I thought.
Mm-mm.
Okay, I've got you. That's the wrong Ronnie Warner. I apologize. Moving
on. I know Ronnie Warner. You talking about? Hold on a second. I'm gonna call Hey, Ron. Hey, look, man. What's going on with Dre?
Everybody got jokes, man. No, I
will say this. This is unrelated to me, but Makai actually is very close to him, and so
that's what I thought. I knew it was something. I read somewhere that you guys, one of you guys had a relationship or knew
You
Dr.
know,
Dre, and he was
they're really close. Yeah, they're close. And I, like I said, I don't know anything per se, but I did hit him up after when I heard about it, and he was like, you know, had talked to him, blah blah blah, and he was doing really good. Like he's
cool.
Headed towards a full, because he had an aneurysm. That's what it was.
Aneurysm. That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, so that's one of them things where it was, you know, it's just one of them things. You know what I mean? It wasn't like he had some other crippling situation going on with him that led to a stroke. He just had an aneurysm. So, but from what I know, what he told me, he's doing really, really well. Like, you know, he gonna be all 100. You know what I'm saying?
That's awesome, man. Because I mean, you know, as we progress in life, and I don't like to use the word age, but as you progress in life, you know, you start worrying about those things. I mean, you know, I take care of myself to the best of my ability, but you know, nobody knows, you know, what's the, you know, what's it going to be like in the future, man. So I love Dre because when I was living in LA, man, him and Snoop was just starting to hit, you know,
right.
And me and my manager,
93, yeah,
me and my manager, Michael Hubbard. Michael had a Mustang. What are the? You remember the fast ones? What were they called? You know, I forget what.
5.0.
Yeah, the 5.0, and we would be cruising, man, on Sunset and bumping gin and juice, man. I can remember, you know, like it was yesterday, man. I ain't lying, man.
Yeah, man.
What do you think about our boy? I just want to get your opinion, Tony Woods, who is finally getting his just due. What do you think about? Because he's on that new show with Tiffany Haddish.
I just saw that because he hit me up when he was out here. They taped out Long Beach, and I just saw it pop up on my, you know, on the whatever Netflix, whatever it's on. I just saw it pop up on the platform. So that's something I got on my to-do list to check it out. But Tony's an enigma, man. Like they, you know, I guess we all are in a certain sense, but he really is like he's Tony Wood, like that's that guy.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? There ain't nobody else like him. You know what I mean? And he's long overdue.
No,
but I'm not going to use the word overdue because I think your time is when you're ready. And Tony is ready. I don't think Tony was ready. Because you know this, man. Look, man, this business is not about just your talent. Everybody got that's in the business got some kind of talent. Some maybe more than others, but got talent. There's something else going on. You gotta be at a certain space in your life to receive that kind of level of, you know, whether it's notoriety, whatever that is, because man, it's a whole lot of stuff that come with that. And just like you said the other day, when we talked, man, you mess around and hit this thing and you ain't really quite ready, like spiritually and all this kind of stuff, man, it would take you right back out the back door, homie, quick.
Yeah.
It's an energy.
Hollywood.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Hollywood is a beast.
Yeah, bro.
I mean, it is no joke, man. And we discussed this yesterday. I mean, at one point I was at the pinnacle of my career. I mean, I was, you know, I'm with APA, a big time agency, one of the biggest agencies in the world. I signed a deal with Brandon Tartikoff, who Brandon used to run NBC. He gave Jerry Seinfeld his start. He was behind the success of Bill Cosby, and he used to tell me all the time. He said, Brandon used to say, Terry, you're going to be my next Cosby. You know, of course, that was before the narcotics. But
before the pill.
Yeah. That was before they changed Bill's name to 7-4993-7. But
you're gonna be my next 7-4. Hey man,
Darren, we're going big places. You're gonna need an attorney, though. That's it.
But it is Hollywood is not a place for the meek at heart, because it will chew you up and kick you to the curb and keep rolling. And you are exactly right. If you are not spiritually, mentally, and physically prepared for Hollywood, it can destroy you. It can actually kill you. And,
I've lost 3 friends out here to suicide.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like straight up, like cats I know. You know what I mean? That was out here, and I'm telling you, and I'm not saying, when I was saying Tony Reddy, I'm not saying he was meek or weak in the head. I'm talking about just the way, like I think he's in his moment.
Yeah.
For this now.
Yeah.
That's my point. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
and I think that's important.
Check this out, man. Nobody else has a style. Well, I take that back. There is one person who has a style that is comparable to Tony's.
Of course.
But Tony has a unique style that never changes. It's always Tony. Check him out. I got a clip. See, watch this. Watch this.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Okay. No, I expected more than that. I thought you was gonna go, yeah, like he's back or something like that. I don't know. No, because listen, people in America, they like, yeah, he's back. He's gonna tell us shit about Australia. But you guys just look at me like, man, I think he's been drinking. Bingo. You're right, but I'm good. I mean, I'm drunk, but I'm not like drunk. I'm not like, hold his head up. I'm good. I'm like 2 grabs drunk. You know when you're talking to somebody, you go, what you say, dog? And people in America think, because I tell them, did I come down here and I like, ride kangaroos, shit. And I know you guys like, we hate kangaroos. That's all right, I like them. It's like a special kinship, because I see them when they're just like chilling. They look like a group of black dudes, just like I could hear them speaking to each other, like, what's up, dog? I don't know, man. What's up with you? I don't know, man. We about to bounce. So.
Tony, man. My
computer was freezing.
Say that again.
No, I said I gotta go back and check out that clip because my computer was freezing, so I couldn't see it. But I gotta go. It's on YouTube.
Oh yeah. That's Tony is because I mean he works all over. He works all over the world. I mean he has called me from Australia. He has called me from Japan. He's like, tough daddy, what you doing, shorty? Man, I'm in Japan, man. I think I saw somebody that looked just like you. I'm like, Tony, man, come on, man, you're in Japan. Tony Woods and I were laughing about you, Ronnie, about 2 weeks ago. And he's like, Tough Daddy, you remember when Ronnie Warner, we were coming from Atlanta and you had all them explosives in the trunk?
You mean Tony and Pierre?
Yeah. Yes. John.
I got all them firecrackers in there.
Yeah, you had a bag full of explosives and nobody knew you had all that in the trunk. It was 110 degrees outside. We could all have exploded on like we had just did a show in Atlanta and Ronnie, for whatever reason, bought all these firecrackers and all kinds. And
you got to do it when you're down there. You got to do it.
So I mean, we laugh about that, man. Ronnie Warner, man, it was just fun.
You remember that's when we had all decided too that I was gonna start managing you, Tony, and Pierre.
You
remember that?
Right? Absolutely.
When we got back, I realized, I don't know what I'm doing, so let's not do that.
Yeah, yeah. You know,
I'll do that. I don't know how to do
yeah.
that.
When we got back to North Carolina and we all came down, you know, after the buzz wore off, you know,
Yeah, that probably gonna work. And
yeah,
look,
this ain't
and
gonna happen.
John, what we did is we just never brought it back up again. Like everybody just kind of like just let's not say
And
nothing.
that's what friends do in comedy. See, there you go. That's what
No,
friends do.
that's what friends do that have just smoked a joint. When you
That's
smoke
true.
a joint, and you know, because
And the shit was good.
it
The
was
shit was good.
and it was a great idea when we were hitting that chronic all the way from, you
Man,
know, that's 6 hour, that's a 6 hour drive from
our drive,
ATL.
man.
So
You know.
when you hit that, yeah. So, you know, we were millionaires by the time we got to North Carolina. We had figured it all out.
Oh,
There
So
everything,
we
you go.
came down. Yeah,
everything. And
everything.
here's the reality. I got those explosives. I was saving up for the insurrection.
Yeah.
But I didn't know it was going to take another 30 years for the insurrection. I thought we was about to do the insurrection. And then and I got a message from the Proud Boys saying, hey, man, stand by, stand down. I said, oh, okay, just let me know when y'all ready.
Yeah, I'll be holding.
I got a message for the Proud Boys. I know some proud men. Holla
I
at
know
me.
that's right. Come holler. Come to Inglewood.
Yeah.
Why don't y'all come to
Yeah.
Inglewood? Inglewood.
Yeah, holla at me.
See how that
You
work
know.
out.
Yeah.
Hey, have you guys been watching the impeachment trial or impeachment 2 today? Have anybody been paying attention to the impeachment trial today?
Oh yeah.
I mean, I just read little lines and stuff. Yeah.
Well, what's your
I haven't
thoughts on the
kept up
champ?
with it.
Man, I'm loving the sister. Where's she from? Barbados with the cape. That sister that was laying down the law with the cape. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't. What is your impression? Is he going to be convicted, or are the Republicans going to stick together and say, you know?
Oh, they're gonna stick together, man. They scared of him, man. They scared of him and his toothless supporters, and they love having that power. So they're not gonna give up that power, man. They haven't figured out a way to kick that game show host out and get another puppet. They haven't figured out a way to do that. So
Yeah,
they don't want to lose all that momentum they have, man. It sucks.
I agree.
now who's running the trial? Is Schumer running the trial? Senator, because he's the majority leader now of the senators. Is he running the trial?
Yeah, I don't know how that works. Honestly.
Yeah, he's not really.
Well, I don't think he's running the champ. I don't think he's running, and this may be the reason that he's not running. I'll just run this clip and we'll get out of here. This might be why he's not running it, Ronnie.
Make no mistake, there will be a trial, and when that trial ends, senators will have to decide if they believe Donald John Trump incited the insurrection against the United States.
So, Ronnie, could you not hear that? You've muted yourself, Ronnie. Unmute yourself.
That's crazy.
Did you not hear that, Ronnie?
One more time.
There you go.
I think it doesn't let me unmute when it's on the video is playing. Yeah, man, my computer it freezes up every time you play a clip, so I didn't hear what he said.
Oh, wait, what's your email address? You still have an AOL?
It's
That damn tongue.
Got AOL.
It's Ronnie at alexandergrahambell.com.
Yeah. I know we had some. Here's what I would encourage you to do this, Ronnie. I would go ahead and get rid of that dial up because it yeah. Anyway, guys, it's been a pleasure. It's time to get out of here. And Ronnie, I've enjoyed every moment of it. It's so great.
I gotta say this really quickly. Before we go. Give me
okay
2 minutes if you don't. Give me 2 minutes.
Oh yeah, floor is yours. Absolutely.
No, I just want to say this really quick because we didn't get a really chance to get to it. Man, the show you had me come down there and do, when you Charlie Goodnight was the single greatest show for me that I ever had because my dad was there. And that's the only time he ever saw me do stand up. And before that, he was extremely against it. You know what I'm saying? It was like what the hell? And because y'all had it on the air, on the radio and all this stuff, because it was called like One Night Stand or something like that, right?
Yeah, every Wednesday night, because I was doing morning radio at that time, and so every Wednesday night I had my own show at Good Nights, and I would bring comedians in from all over the country, and
exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah,
and that it was man. I thanked you before, but I'm saying, man, that was the best moment, because that was a moment for me and him that was, like very like meaningful, if you will. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the only time he got a chance to see me, and it was just an amazing show. I wish I had it on tape, but it was an amazing show, man. I appreciated the hell out of that, bro. That was a big, because we have the same name, right? And so when it was on the radio and everything, all his friends were like, oh, man, I keep hearing your name on the radio. What you gonna be in? Nah, that's my son. Now all of a sudden, nigga, mad proud, man.
Yeah. That's all we ever wanted to.
Best things ever.
And that's all we've ever wanted to do is make our dads proud, man. That's all I ever wanted to do when I was a little boy and a man. All I ever wanted to do was to hear my dad say, "Hey, man, that's a good job, son.
Well done. Well done.
You know,
yeah,
absolutely.
That's it, bro.
Yep.
True.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you saying that, Ronnie. It was an awesome show. I mean, it was sold out. We had to turn people away. It was so many people there that night. We could have easily
they were standing up in the back.
Yeah, we could have easily did 2 shows, but we didn't. But you know what? One good turn deserves another. You did exactly the same things for me, and that's what brothers are. That's what it's about, man. We should, we are our brothers' keepers. We are our brothers' keepers. We look out for one another.
That's right.
And as long as we are black, and that's going to be the rest of our lives, we have some history.
It is.
We have history together. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we do.
And it's a great history. Major history. So I thank you for what you did for me. I thank you for being on this show. I love you, brother.
Yes.
You know that.
Love you too, man. Absolutely.
And we will do this again. I promise you.
Yeah, man. Let's do it. I'm whenever.
Absolutely.
I'm whatever.
Thank you so much. He's Ronnie Warner. Thank you for being here. He's John Champs in the house, my producer. Yeah. We will do this again next Thursday. Join us when we got comedian Chocolate. Chanita Morris will be here. And, stay safe out there, everybody. And remember this. Can't nobody stop you but you. All right? I'm going to holler at you.
All right, fellas.
Thank you so much, bruh.